If you are a business, you need to protect your domain name and the other entities which are linked to it. In this video, I'll explain what is a domain name and how you need to protect the domain as well as the other entities under your domain to have a disruption-free business environment for your business. So a domain name is nothing but the name, the identity of your brand on the internet. Like our domain name is gulfinfotech.com, and that is the identity for us on the internet. So if you go into www.gulfinfotech.com, which is our website, which is our web URL, you would be able to see our website as well. Now over here, the domain name component is only gulfinfotech.com. www. is not part of the domain name. That is the part of the URL, but not part of the domain name. The domain is just gulfinfotech.com. Now, what is that which constitutes a domain name? A domain name is made up of two components. One is the registrar and the other is the name server. The registrar is the place from where you buy the domain, and the name server is the place wherein you add the records which are pertaining to your domain name. Now, under your domain, you might have multiple other elements, like you might have a website which requires a hosting server, you might have an email which requires an email solution, and you might have other business applications which are linked onto your domain name. Now all these linking is happening through the name server, wherein it is being fed that this application can be reached by going into a certain IP address or a certain destination through a CNAME record or an A record for that matter. Like for example, if you are having your website on, for example, say siteground.com. So siteground.com would give you an IP address which you need to update on the A record section of your name server for your website to be up and running. Sometimes there might be a case wherein you have a domain registrar, another name server, and another place to host your website, and that can be highly confusing. That's because your domain registrar is the place you buy the domain, the name server is the place you update the records, and the host is the place where you are hosting your website. Now, I've seen multiple cases wherein the domain registrar is sometimes GoDaddy, the name server is on sometimes siteground.com, and the hosting is on something like a Hostinger or something like that. So this causes a lot of chaos when you have multiple entities across, it's spread across multiple entities. And for you to manage your business properly, I would always recommend you to consolidate all these elements into a single entity so that you can operate and manage these elements of your domain and your digital brand efficiently. If you need any help or assistance, feel free to reach out to us on connect@gulfinfotech.com. We have done consolidation services and migration services for thousands of brands and domains over the last 11 years of our existence, and we would be happy to help you on that front as well. Consider your domain registrar is GoDaddy and your name server is on SiteGround, and your website is also hosted on SiteGround for that matter, just as an example. You might feel that just to transition the name server from SiteGround to GoDaddy, you can simply toggle the name servers back to GoDaddy and life will be good. The problem is that a name server is not only about a website, it's also about your emails, your email security records like the SPF, DKIM, DMARC, and the other protocols associated to it. And at the same time, there might also be multiple business applications tagged or linked to your domain name. So if you do a transition without strategically planning it, you are looking at a disruption to your emails, your business applications, and multiple other things which are linked to your domain name. I have received multiple calls in the past saying that my email isn't working. However, I have renewed my domain recently. What has happened is that the name servers were changed and the A record was updated and the website was working fine, and the customer was also able to send emails because the email solution is also working fine. The SMTP gateway, the source from where the email is exiting the environment, is working perfectly fine because the email solution is also up and running. But he is not able to receive any emails, and that is because the customer or the service provider has forgotten to change the MX record and the other associated records which helps the emails to come inside the customer's mailbox, and that can cause a lot of stress and damage to your brand identity. So if you would like to do a transition of your domain names, your name servers, or even your website hosting account, feel free to reach out to Gulf Infotech and we would be happy to assist you in that activity. One other point which I would like to convey to you in this video is if you are using an email solution which is on the same hosting as that your website, I would strongly recommend against having that, because you are risking your privacy and online identity by hosting your emails along with your website. Your web hosting solution is meant only for your website. It is not meant for emails. Yes, I know that emails is a part of the functionality which is provided. You get maybe unlimited emails, unlimited storage and the likes of those, but it is not meant for emails. For emails, you need to choose from standard emailing solutions from the likes of G Suite or Office 365. And once you go onto the standard platform, you would not only benefit from a structured and secured emailing platform, but also you would be able to access multiple other business productivity tools and applications which will help your business grow and take it to the next level. So if you need any advice on the best email solution you need to choose, or if you need to migrate or transition from a traditional emailing environment to the likes of G Suite or Office 365, feel free to reach out to us at Gulf Infotech and we would be more than happy to assist you on that approach as well. So as always, take care, stay safe, and I will see you in the next one.